noticed something was missing. My goodness. It was awful bright in here. Oh, it's not so bright now. Coach Dave here. Accordion Cool. Got the glasses, so we're all set to go. Remember the sign this week, so I know who we are. My goodness. Well, we got a little bit of a theme today. I don't think the first tune would give you too much of an idea. Tune called On the Sunny Side of the Street. It actually came from a musical, which will remain nameless because I don't even remember the name. And the musical didn't last long, but thank goodness the song did. And with a lot of the songs that we play, that's exactly what has happened. The musical goes down the tubes, but fortunately we get left with one or two great tunes. And from some musicals, more than one or two. You never know. So that was from a musical, 1930, On the Sunny Side of the Street. Now, what could possibly be the theme today? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about travel today. So when you travel on streets and roads, right? So we're going to play some streets and roads songs today, and maybe a big one at the end to tie it all together. So that was On the Sunny Side of the Street. This next tune was written by a fellow named Bobby Troup. Bobby Troup was a piano player, sang a little bit, TV star. Remember the old show Emergency? The two guys drive around in the ambulance and take people into the hospital, and Julie London's the head nurse. And Bobby Troup was Dr. Early, the elderly doctor. And guess what? With all that stuff, he was also married to Julie London. I mean, come on, geez, talk with the guy that's got it all. So around 1946, Bobby Troup took a road trip. Now, you can start in Chicago and end up in L.A. and never go off of Route 66. It's only a road, but Bobby Troup wrote a song about it. In fact, we were on Route 66 in Texas, a nice little road, but anyway, little Route 66. Here we go. Full title is Get Your Kicks on Route 6. I remember we were on Route 66 in Texas. and we stayed at a motel. And directly across the street was it was a farm or a small ranch that was for sale, and the price was insane. As we taped this show, we're up in Massachusetts. That's way up in New England, the state with a little hook on the end. Yeah, that's where we are. The price for this particular small ranch or farm, and there was these big buildings and barns and everything, would be what you would pay for a lot, a house lot around here. It was simply amazing, the difference down there. But that was Route 66, and I'm sticking to my story. All right. Well, this next song, 1947, actually came from a movie. And the movie came from a book. And the movie came from a book. And that's where the name of this song originated, in a book. And it's called On Green Dolphin Street. Now, Green Dolphin Street is a street that was mentioned in the book, and I don't even think it was mentioned in the movie. But that's where the song comes from, and you know, it sounds like, oh wow, what a great place that must be, and you know, in New Orleans or someplace like that. Nah, it's just name of a street in the book. But this seems probably was one of Art Van Dam's favorite songs, because he played this all of his live performances, and he's got it on 2 or 3 of his albums, which is where I first heard the song. And you don't hear it a lot, but it's a nice little tune. So let's walk down Green Dolphin Street. Here we go. On Green Dolphin Street. Great tune, great tune. Well, this next tune, going back to 1927 for this tune, and this was sort of written as a gospel tune, and of course you hear this tune a lot down south, because you know, once you get past the Mason-Dixon line, music down south is either country, gospel, or bluegrass. So this tune you might hear a lot in Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, and places like that. And it's called Lonesome Road, or shall we say Lonesome Road Blues. Lonesome Road Blues, or Look Down. Yeah, it's they mess around a lot with the title, depending on who you are and where you are and who you're talking to. But little lonesome, stroll that down that lonesome road. Down that lonesome road. I guess some roads are just kind of lonesome, but you hear that? I've heard that song, the old Andy Griffith Show, Mayberry and everything. Some fellow who was native of Mayberry sang that song on that, which I think was the first time I ever heard it. I've heard it a few times since, but. In fact, speaking of Mayberry, there's a town in Pennsylvania, I believe, right off of, I forget what route it is, but it's the north-south route heading through Pennsylvania, which is like a duplication of Mayberry. If you go there, you'd think you were in Mayberry. We never been there, but passed by the exit several times. But I guess that doesn't count. So actually, this next tune is also going to be a little country tune by a fellow named, what's his name? Ricky Nelson? No, Nelson. Oh, Willie Nelson. That's who it is, Willie Nelson. Probably haven't heard about him. And I guess as we're taping this show today, and you're going to miss it because this show will be shown for a while, I guess they're having a big birthday, 90th birthday celebration on TV Sunday night of, Willie Nelson. 1980, Willie went on the road again with this song. said 1980, on the road again. We used to be on the road. Had a nice, beautiful motorhome. Sold it. Now we're not on the road anymore. We're freezing to death up here in New England in this winter, and it's not even winter. Oh, my goodness, don't get me started. Well, I think we're going to have a little time for an extra tune today. I'm not going to do the extra tune until the end, though. As I said, we're going to try to tie all this stuff together with a song. 1956, there was a movie. It's called Around the World in 80 Days. About a fellow that went around the world in a hot air balloon, traveled around 80 days. And this song came from the movie, and it was originally written as a waltz, but you know me, and I can play those silly waltzes, so we're going to play it little tune, 4/4 time. And in the movie, I guess it was just instrumental, but words and lyrics have been added to it. So here we go, Around the World. In 80 days, and that was quite a feat. Now you can go around the world in what? One day, I guess, get on the right airplane. Well, I promised you one more tune, and that will really tie this all together. Now, of course, we were talking about streets and things and roads, and of course, most anywhere you go in the world, you're going to find some roads or avenues or boulevards or whatever to drive on or ride on. But what if you go out of this world? Huh? The next step, why, you could be on the moon getting colonized, having colonies up on the moon. And then, of course, to get there, well, you gotta fly to the moon. So let's fly to the moon. Here we go. don't know how many of you folks noticed it, but you just got 2 for the price of 1. That's what I get for playing 2 up-tempo songs in the same key in a row, because halfway through Fly Me to the Moon, I was back around the world, and then I said, well, I'll fix it, and I started Fly Me to the Moon again, and guess what? Second chorus though, I was back around the world. So if you didn't notice it, that's fine. So if you didn't notice, I probably should have kept my mouth shut. But you got 2 for the price of 1 in one song there. Well, we're just about the end of time here today. Hope you enjoyed our little trip wherever it was that we went, and however many times we went there. As usual, thank you all for watching and listening. Thank you for our studio audience today with a good friend of ours, Richard Warrer, who comes in every once in a while and sits in these tapings and tries to figure out what the heck I'm doing. But we really thank him for coming by. And, of course, thank yous for the big guy behind the glass, yes, Austin Ricketts. As I've said many, many times, if I sound good, it's up to Austin. If I don't, well, I don't know what else it could be. But so, as I said, thank you all for watching, listening, tuning in. And if I can get into the right song, let's take it home with Fly Me Around the World. I don't know what it'll be.